Today we are going over the CDL general knowledge. These are all the questions and answers that could possibly appear at the DMV when you take your test. We're going to get through this as fast as possible. I want you to like, subscribe, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below, and let's get started. So today we're going over general knowledge by Philip Russell. Whenever you stop for a break during your pre-trip, you should answer is check critical items such as tires, brakes, and cargo tie-downs. Question number 2. High beams should be, answer is, used whenever it is safe and legal to do so. 3. The safety release valve is located on the air tanks and used by, answer is, self-operated when the air pressure is above 150 psi. 4. Which of these is the proper use of vehicle lights and flashers? Answer is, turning on your headlights during the day when visibility is reduced due to rain or snow. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you of a hazard that will require slowing down. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you that you are going to stop on the road. All of those answers are correct. Number 5. Which of the following is a key steering component? Answer is gearbox. Number 6. How can you start moving without rolling backward? Answer is engage the clutch before removing your foot from the brake. Apply the trailer brake and hand valve. Set the parking brake whenever necessary. Do all of the above that I just mentioned. Number 7. Which is not one of the 4 basic skills that operating a commercial motor vehicle requires? Answer is first aid certification. Again, that is not one of the 4 basic skills. Number 8. What is the average reaction distance? Answer is 61 feet. Number 9. The most common cause of a serious vehicle skid is, answer is, driving too fast for road conditions. Number 10. The distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving amounts to about blank at highway speed. The answer is 1/4 of a mile. You must park on the side of a level, number 11. You must park on the side of a level, straight, 2-lane road. Where should you place the 3 reflective triangles? Answer is one within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear of the vehicle, and one about 100 feet from the front of the vehicle. So let me repeat that. Number 11. You must park on the side of a level, straight, 2-lane road. Where should you place the 3 reflective triangles? One within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear, and one about 100 feet from the front of the vehicle. Number 12. If you are convicted for driving under the influence while driving a commercial vehicle and this is your first offense, you will most likely get, answer is, at least 1 year suspension of your CDL. 13. Front and header boards are, answer is, they protect you from your cargo in case of a collision and block the forward movement of your cargo. Number 14. The formula for stopping distance with air brakes is, the answer is perception distance, reaction distance, brake lag distance, and effective braking distance. 15. Which of these statements about driving in areas with strong winds are true? Answer is winds are especially a problem when coming out of tunnels. 16. Which of these statements about crossing or entering traffic with a heavy vehicle is true? Answer is heavy vehicles need larger gaps in traffic than cars. 17. If a vehicle continues to drive in your blind spot, you should, answer is, back off or slow down. Same thing. 18. You are driving a 40-foot vehicle at 45 miles per hour. Driving conditions are ideal. What is the least amount of space that you should keep in front of your vehicle to be safe? Answer is 5 seconds. One good rule says you need at least 1 second for each 10 feet of vehicle length at speeds below 40 miles per hour. At greater speeds, you must add 1 second for safety. 19. Axle weight means the following. Answer is The weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. 20. The new BAC or blood alcohol concentration for commercial drivers to be considered intoxicated when driving a commercial is 0.04 is the answer. 21. Which of these statements about brakes is true? Answer is, the heavier a vehicle or the faster it is moving, the more heat the brakes must absorb to stop it. 22. Your vehicle is in a traffic emergency and may collide with another vehicle if you do not act. Which of these is a good rule to remember at such a time? Answer is, heavy vehicles could almost turn more quickly than they could stop. 23. A moving vehicle ahead of you has a red triangle with an orange center on the rear. What does that mean? Answer is, it may be a slow-moving vehicle. 24. The parking brake should be tested while the vehicle is, answer is, parked. 25. A driver's grid log is required, if required, answer is, must be shown immediately when the officer requests it. 26. Underloaded front axles can cause the following. Answer is, poor traction. 27. What should you do when your vehicle hydroplanes? Answer is, release the accelerator. 28. You are traveling down a long, steep hill. Your brakes get so hot that they fail. What should you do? Answer is, look for an escape ramp or escape route. 29. Which of these statements about certain types of cargo is true? Answer is, unstable loads such as hanging meat or livestock require extra caution on curves. 30. You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement on your commercial driver's license. When can you drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials? Answer is, only when the vehicle does not require placards. 31. You should stop driving. Answer is, when you become sleepy. 32. The amount of liquid to load into a tank depends on, answer is, the amount of liquid that will explain in transit, the weight of the liquid, the legal weight limits. All of those answers are correct. 33. The basic two reasons to cover your cargo are 1, to protect the cargo from the weather, and 2, protect people from spilled cargo, protect the roadway from spilled cargo, protect vehicle following you from spilled cargo. All of those answers are correct. 34. There are 3 types of vehicle inspections. Which one of them is true? I'm going to give you all 3. Pre-trip, en route, and post-trip are the 3 types of vehicle inspections. So all of those will be correct. 35. Inspect your cargo after you have driven blank. Answer is 50 miles. 36. According to the driver's manual, why should you limit the use of your horn? Answer is, it can startle other drivers. 37. Which of these can cause a fire? Answer is, underinflated tires, loose fuel connections, electrical short circuits. All of those answers are correct. 38. 38. You are checking your brakes and suspension for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Brakes should be not worn dangerously thin. Brake pads should not have brake fluids on them. One missing leaf in the leaf spring can be dangerous. All of these answers are correct. 39. You are driving on a 2-lane road. An oncoming driver drifts into your lane and is headed straight for you. Which of these generally would be the best action? Answer is, steer to the right. 40. For an average commercial vehicle being driven at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement, it would take about blank to bring the vehicle to a stop. Answer is, more than the length of a football field. 41. What happens when tar heats up? Answer is, it makes the road more slippery. 42. In snow and ice, you should reduce your speed by, answer is, 1/2. 43. How many tie downs are required for a 20-foot load? Answer is, 2 tie downs. Cargo shall have at least one tie down for each 10 feet of cargo. 44. It has just reached freezing. Which of the following areas may be slippery? Answer is wet looking road, a bridge, a shaded area. All of those answers are true. Which of the following statements about an escape ramp is false? Answer is it is not useful if you are traveling too fast. 46. You should inspect wheel bearing seals for, answer is, leaks. 47. Before transporting a sealed load, you must check, answer is, that you don't exceed gross weight or axle weight limits. 48. While driving at night, which light should you use as often as you can? Answer is high beams. 49. If the engine is not overheated, is it completely safe to remove the radiator cap? Answer is no. Never remove the radiator cap or any part of the pressurized system until the system has cooled. Steam and boiling water can spray under pressure and cause severe burns. 50. Your emergency kit does not include, answer is, spare jacket. Vehicles must be equipped with emergency equipment. Look for fire extinguishers, spare electrical fuses, unless equipped with circuit breakers and warning devices for the parked vehicles. 51. What is counter steering? Answer is turning the wheel in the opposite direction after steering to avoid a traffic emergency. 52. You are driving on a straight, level highway at 50 miles per hour. There are no vehicles in front of you. Suddenly a tire blows out on your vehicle. What should you do first? Answer is stay off the brake until the vehicle slows down on its own. 53. What is the IPDE method of driving? Answer is identify, predict, decide, and execute. Number 54. Which of these statements about using mirrors is true? Answer is there are blind spots that your mirror cannot show you. 55. No matter how small the cargo is, it should have at least, answer is, 2 tie downs. 56. You have left the road in an emergency condition. It is impossible for you to come to a stop prior to returning to the road. Which of the following is the best action to take? Answer is reduce your speed to 20 miles per hour or less before returning to the road. 57. Tie downs must be of the proper type and strength. The combined strength of cargo tie downs must be strong enough to lift. Answer is 1 1/2 times the weight of the cargo tied down. 58. Your brakes can get wet when you drive through heavy rain. What can this cause when the brakes are applied? Answer is wheel lockup, trailer jackknife, and lack of braking power. All of those answers are correct. 59. How far should a driver look ahead of the vehicle while driving? Answer is 12 to 15 seconds. 60. Which of these statements about speed management is true? Answer is on a wet road, you should reduce your speed by about 1/3. On a packed snow road, you should reduce your speed by about 1/2. When the road is slippery, it will take longer to stop and it will be harder to turn without skidding. All of those answers are correct. You are driving a new truck with a manual transmission. That's 61. 61. You are driving a new truck with a manual transmission. What gear will you probably have to use to take a long downhill grade? Answer is a lower gear that you would use to climb the hill. 62. How do you correct a rear wheel acceleration skid? Answer is stop accelerating. How do you correct a rear wheel acceleration skid? The answer is to stop accelerating. 63. Which of these is a good rule to follow when using a fire extinguisher? Answer is aim at the base of the fire. 64. Too much weight on the steering axle can cause the following. Answer is hard steering, damage to the steering axle, damage to the tires. All of those answers are correct. 65. Covering the brake means, answer is to have your foot over the brake and ready to push if necessary. 66. Which of these statements about drugs is true? Answer is use of drugs can lead to accidents and or arrests. 67. To prevent shifting, there should be at least one tie down for every blank feet of cargo. Answer is 10 feet. To prevent shifting, there should be at least one tie down for every 10 feet of cargo is the correct answer. 68. Where or when should you test the stopping action of your service brakes? Answer is when the vehicle is moving at about 5 miles per hour. 69. You are driving a heavy vehicle and must exit a highway using an off ramp that curves downhill. You should. Answer is slow down to a safe speed before entering the turn. 70. When should you wear seatbelts? Answer is anytime you are in a moving vehicle. 71. On which fires can you use the ABC fire extinguisher? Answer is electrical fires, burning tires, burning cloth. All of those answers are correct. 72. Some traffic emergencies may require you to leave the road. Which of these is a good thing to remember? Answer is, if you must leave the road, try to get all wheels off the pavement or at least one side of the vehicle's tires off of the road. 73. Dry bulk tanks require special care because, answer is, they have a high center of gravity, the load can shift. Both of those answers above are correct. 74. What would you use to put out a gasoline fire? Answer is dirt. 75. Some liquid tanks are divided into several smaller tanks by, answer is bulkheads. 76. When driving a commercial vehicle with a height over 13 feet, you should, answer is, if you are unsure about the clearance, stop and make sure. 77. You must inspect your cargo, answer is, before starting your trip, every 3 hours or 150 miles, every 50 miles, every break. All of the answers above are correct. 78. Cargo covers. Answer is protect people from spilled cargo, protect cargo from weather, may be required by law. All of those answers are correct. 79. Which of these is a good rule to follow when driving at night? Answer is keep your speed slow enough that you can stop within the range of your headlights. 80. Stab braking. Answer is involves locking the wheels. With the stab braking method, you apply your brakes all the way and release the brakes when the wheels lock up. 81. Your vehicle has hydraulic brakes. While traveling on a level road, you press the brake pedal and find that it goes to the floor. Which of these statements is true? Answer is pumping the brake pedal may bring the pressure up so you can stop the vehicle. 82. You are driving a heavy vehicle with a manual transmission. You must stop the vehicle on the shoulder while driving on an upgrade. Which of these is a good rule to follow when putting it back in motion? Answer is use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. 83. If you are being tailgated, you should, answer is increase the space in front of you. 84. You are checking your wheels and rims for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Answer is rust around wheel nuts may mean that they are loose. 85. If you are confronted by an aggressive driver, what should you do? Answer is avoid eye contact, call the police from your cell phone if you can do that safely, ignore rude gestures and refuse to react negatively. All of those above answers are correct. 86. You don't want to be a distracted driver, so you, answer is, avoid using your cell phone until you reach your destination. 87. What is the common cause of tire fires? Answer is underinflated tires. 88. Do empty trucks have the best braking? Answer is no. Empty trucks require greater stopping distances because an empty vehicle has less traction. 89. How far ahead should you look while driving? Answer is 12 to 15 seconds. Number 90. Which of the following should you not do if you experience tire failure? Answer is do not brake hard or immediately. 91. What might happen if you swing wide to the left before you turn right? Answer is someone might try to pass you on your right. that's a hazard and may create an accident. 92. What will help someone who is drunk sober up? The answer is time. 93. Total stopping distance equals, answer is perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. 94. Convex curved mirrors, answer is show a wider area than flat mirrors. 95. Containerized loads, answer is are typically used for freight carried partway by rail or ship. 96. How many reflective triangles should you carry? Answer is 3 reflective triangles. 97. How does bleeding tar affect the road surface and driving conditions? Answer is tar rises to the road surface at very hot weather, causing the roads to become very slippery. 98. Dry bulk tanks and hanging meat, answer is are unstable loads. 99. A GPS device, answer is should be designed for truck navigation. 100. A major cause of fatal crashes is, answer is driving too fast for road conditions. 101. While driving, ice builds up on your wipers and they no longer clean the windshield. You should, answer is pull over in a safe place and remove the ice. 102. Is it legal to drive with 1/4 of a vehicle's leaf springs broken or missing? Answer is no. If 1/4 or more are missing, it will put the vehicle out of service. 103. The distance that you should scan ahead in a congested area is about, answer is 1 block. 104. A vehicle is loaded with very little weight on the drive axle. What may result? Answer is poor traction. 105. Truck escape ramps, answer is are designed to protect vehicles from damage. 106. What effects can wet brakes cause? Answer is brakes can grab or become weak. Water and brakes can cause the brakes to be weak. 107. When you check the condition of visible parts during your pre-trip inspection, make sure that blank are secure against snagging and rubbing or wearing. Answer is make sure that the airlines and electrical wiring are secure. Electrical wiring. Make sure that they are secure against snagging, rubbing, or wearing. That's important. 108. You do not have a hazardous material endorsement on your commercial driver license. You could drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials when, answer is, the vehicle does not require placards. 109. Which of the following violations at railroad crossings can lead to a loss of your CDL for at least 60 days? Answer is not having sufficient space to drive all the way through without stopping, getting stuck on the tracks because of insufficient clearance. Both of those above can lead to loss of your CDL for at least 60 days. 110. When should you check your mirrors for lane change? Answer is before and after signaling the change, after starting and after completing the lane change. Both of those answers are correct. 111. On which fires can you use the ABC extinguisher, fire extinguisher? Answer is electrical fires, burning tires or cloth. Both of those are correct. 112. Which of these tells you their cargo contains hazardous materials? Answer is a hazardous material placard is on the vehicle. There's a 4-inch diamond-shaped hazardous material label on the container. Both of those answers are correct. 113. Which of these statements about speed management is true? On a snow-packed road, you should reduce your speed by about 1/2. On a wet road, you should reduce your speed by about 1/3. Both of those answers are correct. 114. My apologies. Which of these is not a required knowledge for drivers needing a hazmat endorsement? Answer is basic chemistry. That is not required. Drivers must only know which products can load together and which products cannot be loaded together and when to use their placards. That's it. 115. Which of these statements is true about medicines used to treat common cold? Answer is they often make you sleepy, therefore they should not be used while driving. 116. Which of these statements is true about other drivers? Answer is Short-term or daily rental truck drivers are often not used to the limited vision and they impose a hazard. 117. Which of these statements is not true about engine belts in hot weather? Answer is cracking is likely to occur, but it is not a safety threat. That is not true. That is definitely a safety threat. 118. Which of these statements is true about warning other drivers of a stopped vehicle? Answer is move the rear reflector triangle back if the driver's vision is obscured to within 500 feet. 119. Which of these is not a good rule to follow when caring for the injured at an accident scene? Answer is allowing an injured person to become chilled or overheated. You must not do that. That is not a good rule. 120. Which of the following statements is true? Answer is many heavy vehicles accidents occur between midnight and 6 a.m. That's true. 121. Which of these statements is not true about bad weather driving conditions? Answer is as rain continues, the road becomes more slippery than it was when the rain began. Let me explain why this answer is right. When it begins to rain and it mixes with the oil, making the road slippery, as it continues to rain, the oil washes away. So as rain falls, the road is slippery at first, but as it keeps falling, the oil mixes out and the road is less slippery. 122. What does axle weight mean? Answer is the weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. 123. With the BAC of blank, most people lose consciousness and some die. Answer is 0.4. 124. Loads that are over length, over width, and over height may require. Answer is flashing lights, driving limited to certain times. Both of those above answers are correct. 125. When getting in to start your engine and inspect the cab, you must. Answer is start the engine and listen for unusual noises. Make sure the parking brake is on and put the gear shift in neutral or park if automatic. Both of those answers are correct. 126. Which of these is not something you should do if your headlights are not working properly? Answer is leave your high beams on. Do not leave your high beams on if your headlights are not working properly. That is a no-no. 127. Name some suspension system defects. Answer is leaking shock absorbers, broken leaves in a leaf spring, and a cracked or broken spring hanger. Both of those above are some suspension system defects. 128. What's the safest way to use your turn signals when you intend to turn? Answer is signal well in advance of the turn. Signal continuously up through the turn. Both of those are correct. 129. Which of these is especially true about your tires in hot weather? Answer is you should check the tire mounting and air pressure before beginning your trip. 130. What should you do if a car coming towards you at night keeps its high beams on? Answer is look towards the right edge of your lane or the right edge of the road. 131. When you're driving in cold weather, your tires must, answer is, provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. 132. When driving in an area with a few street lights on a clear night, if you cannot see with your headlights, you should, answer is, use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. 133. When a doctor prescribes medication for you and you know you will be driving, you should, answer is, ask the doctor if the medication will affect your ability to drive. 134. What does communicating mean in safe driving? Answer is letting others know that you are there. 135. What is the proper way to hold the steering wheel? Answer is firmly with both hands on opposite sides of the wheel. 136. When inspecting mirrors and windshields for cracks, dirt, illegal stickers, and other obstructions to your vision, you should, answer is, clean and adjust as necessary. 137. When you are passing another vehicle, pedestrian, or bicyclist, you should assume they Answer is may move into your traffic lane. Safety first. 138. What should you do before driving if you are sleepy? Answer is get some sleep. 139. If you must stop on the road or the shoulder of any road, you must put out your emergency warning devices within. Answer is 10 minutes. 140. Trucks and buses are subject to certain laws, restrictions, and regulations. Which of these statements is true? Answer is laws and restrictions can vary from place to place. 141. To prevent brake fade, you should, answer is, select a gear that will keep your vehicle at a safe speed on a steep downgrade. 142. You are driving a new truck with a manual transmission to take a long, steep downhill grade. Answer is, use a lower gear than you did to use to climb the hill. 143. Which of the following is true about a vehicle with a high center of gravity? Answer is, your cargo should be rearranged so that the heaviest parts of the cargo are under the lightest parts. 144. One can recognize hazardous materials by looking at the containers. Answer is label. 145. Optimal safety equipment may include, 145. Optional safety equipment may include emergency phone numbers, tire change, and tire changing equipment. 146. The best way to stop all skids is to, answer is, restore traction to the tires. 147. If your brakes get wet on a rainy day, what can result? Answer is reduced braking power. Wet brakes cause reduced braking power. Don't forget that. 148. Implied consent means that you operate a commercial vehicle on public roads. You, answer is, consent to be tested for alcohol in your blood. That's what implied consent means. 149. It takes the body about how many hours to get rid of the alcohol in 4 drinks? Answer is 4 hours. That puts you at about an hour per drink you need to get rid of the alcohol in your system. 150. Heavy vehicles, but sometimes travel more slowly than other traffic. Which of these is not a good rule to follow when you are driving in such a vehicle? Answer is signal other drivers when it is safe for them to pass you. Don't do this. You could cause an accident by signaling other drivers to pass you. You don't want that. 151. You must park on the side of a level, straight, 4 lanes divided highway. Where should you place the 3 reflective triangles? Answer is 1 within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, 1 about 100 feet to the rear, and 1 about 200 feet to the rear. 152. A stale green light means the light ahead has been green for quite a while. So that's your answer. Get ready to stop, because that light is about to probably turn yellow. 153. A vehicle was loaded with the most of the weight on the steering axle. What might this result? Answer is hard steering and possible breakdown. 154. When approaching the curb, you should, answer is, downshift before entering the curb and accelerating slightly as you go through it. 155. Should the pre-trip inspection report from your last job, let me reword that. 155. Should the pre-trip inspection report from the last driver who reviewed or used the vehicle be used during your pre-trip inspection? Answer is yes. 156. The load means the following. Answer is the maximum safe weight a tire can carry at a specified pressure. 157. On average, the total stopping distance with air brakes is, answer is, approximately 450 feet. 450 feet on average is the total stopping distance with air brakes. 158. To correct a rear wheel or drive wheel braking skid, you should, and reword that, I wanted to be right. 158. To correct a rear wheel or drive wheel braking skid, you should, answer is, release the brakes and counter steer. 159. Which of the following is not something you should check during a pre-trip? Answer is text messages. Do not text your text messages during a pre-trip inspection. That's a no-no. 160. Which of these is not a part of the basic method for shifting up? Answer is accelerating while pressing the clutch and turning toward the driver's side. 161. You should put the starter switch key into your pocket while you perform a pre-trip inspection because, answer is, someone could start and move the truck while you're doing your pre-trip inspection. Safety first. Keep your key so that the vehicle could stay, in place until you complete doing your pre-trip inspection. 162. What is the best way to figure out how many seconds of following distance you should have? Answer is, wait until the vehicle ahead of you passes a shadow or landmark, then count the seconds until you reach it. No brainer. 163. Signs of distracted drivers include, answer is, drivers having conversations with passengers. 164. The most important hand signal that you and your helper should agree on is, answer is, stop. 165. If you have been drinking alcohol before you drive, you should, answer is, wait for it to wear off. 166. Blocking cargo to keep it from shifting must be done, answer is, at the front, back, and or sides of the piece of cargo. 167. Every time you park your vehicle and shut the engine off, you should, answer is, apply the parking brake. Anytime you stop your vehicle and you're about to exit and the engine is off, apply your parking brake. No brainer. 168. If you are being tailgated, you should, answer is, increase your following distance. 169. How long does it take a typical tractor trailer to clear a single railroad track and a double railroad track? Answer is, it takes 14 seconds to clear a single track and more than 15 seconds to clear a double track. 170. How can you test the parking brake? Answer is, set the parking brake and pull forward gently. 171. To safely adjust your speed to current driving conditions, what should you look for ahead? Answer is, traffic and road conditions. 172. What are some advantages of going right instead of left around an obstacle? Answer is, you can avoid a head-on collision. Someone may be passing you to the left. Both of those answers are correct. 173. The best drivers are those who watch and prepare for hazards. This is called being, answer is, defensive. That's a part of being a defensive driver. You have to watch and prepare for hazards. 174. Is it safe to add coolant to a coolant recovery tank or coolant overflow tank while the engine is operating at operating temperatures? Answer is yes, as long as the engine isn't overheated. 175. Name some important steering system parts. Answer is tie rod, spindle, and pitman arm. All of those are important steering system parts. 176. If you need to leave the road in a traffic emergency, you should, answer is, avoid braking until your speed has decreased to about 20 miles per hour. 177. Under federal regulations, if a vehicle is carrying a load that is more than 2 feet wide and extends more than 4 feet beyond the rear of the vehicle, blank must be placed at the extreme end of the load. Answer is 2 red flags. 178. When driving on grades, which of these is the best choice for a safe speed? Answer is, based on your vehicle and its cargo, select a speed that is safe within the posted limit. 179. When approaching a traffic light that has been green for a long time, you should, answer is, start to slow down so that you will be ready to stop. 180. What is the first thing you should try to do if your brakes fail while driving downhill? Answer is get off the road as soon as possible. Escape ramps have been built on many steep mountain downgrades for this same situation. 181. What is the definition of sleep debt? Answer is the cumulative effect of not getting enough sleep. 182. Which of these items is not checked on a pre-trip inspection? Answer is amount of fuel in a vehicle. 183. You should check the following for looseness, sticking, damage, or improper settings. Answer is accelerator brakes and clutch pedals, steering wheel, and transmission controls. Both of those are correct. Is what you should check for looseness, sticking, damage, or improper settings. 184. Which of these statements is not true? Answer is a drinker can control how fast his or her body absorbs and gets rid of alcohol. Not true. 185. Which are the important reasons for doing a vehicle inspection? Answer is a vehicle defects that is found during inspection and were corrected can prevent problems later. Federal state regulations require you to inspect your vehicle. Both of those answers are correct. 186. You should schedule your driving. Answer is the hours that you are normally awake. 187. Which of these is not a proper use of vehicle's lights? Answer is flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating you. 188. Which of these statements about drinking alcohol is true? Answer is a few beers have the same effect on driving as a few shots of whiskey. 189. Which of these statements about using turn signals is true? Answer is when turning, you should signal early. 190. If an automatic transmission is forced into a lower gear while driving, what is not affected on the downgrade? Answer is steering. 191. Over length, over width, and overweight loads required. Answer is special transit permits, driving limited to certain times, flashing lights. All of those are correct. 192. When roads are slippery, you should. Answer is make turns as gently as possible. 193. Which of these is not a danger when an automatic transmission is forced into a lower gear at a high speed? Answer is loss of steering control. 194. What are the proper collision procedures that are required for any collision in which you are involved but not seriously injured? Answer is care for the injured and collect required information, protect the area and notify authorities. Both of those above are required procedures. 195. The Commercial Driver's Handbook suggests several things to do when you pass a vehicle. Which is not one of them? Answer is you should not constantly blow your horn while passing the vehicle. 196. Which of these statements about managing space to the side is true? Answer is you should avoid traveling next to others whenever possible. 197. Which of the following statements about backing is true? Answer is you should back and turn towards the driver's side whenever it's possible. Backing is always dangerous. Both of those are true. What is black ice? 198. What is black ice? A thin layer of ice clear enough that you can see the road underneath it is the answer. 199. You should try to park your vehicle so that answer is you can pull forward when you leave. 200. What checks should you perform on the steering gearbox? Answer is the steering gearbox should not be missing any nuts, bolts, or car keys. 201. What should you do if you get stuck on railroad tracks? Answer is get out your vehicle and get away from the tracks. 202. What is the minimum tread depth for tires other than front tires? Answer is 2 out of 32 inches for all other tires. I'm just going to throw this one in there. 4 out of 32 inches for your front tires. That's important to know. That's the minimum tread depth for other tires and for your front tires. 203. The distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving is about blank at highway speed. Answer is 1/4 a mile at highway speed is what you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving. 204. The total weight of the power unit, the trailer, and the cargo is called what? Answer is gross combination weight. Gross combination weight is the total weight of the power unit, the trailer, and your cargo. 205. The reaction distance is the distance traveled from the time, answer is, the brain tells the foot to push the brake pedal to the time the foot actually pushes the brake pedal. 206. In your mirror, you see a car approaching from the rear. The next time you check your mirror, you don't see the car to change lanes. What should you do? Answer is wait until you're sure that the car isn't in your blind spot before you make any decision. 207. Stab braking. Answer is involves releasing the brakes only after the wheels lock up. 208. Can federal inspectors inspect your truck or bus? Answer is yes, and they might place it out of service if they see something that's defective. 209. If you are driving a long distance, you should, answer is, stop often and take short breaks before you feel really drowsy or tired. 210. If you have a heavy load that is slowing you down on an upgrade, you should, answer is, shift into a lower gear. 211. Cargo that can shift should have at least blank tie downs. Answer is 2 tie downs. Cargoes that can shift should have at least 2 tie downs. 212. Converted dollies built on or after March 1st, 1998 are required to have anti-lock brakes. These dollies will have blank. Answer is a yellow malfunctioning lamp on the left side of the dolly. 213. Why is it important to use a helper when backing? Answer is because you have blind spots. 214. How long does it take a typical tractor trailer to clear a double railroad track? Answer is more than 15 seconds for double tracks. I'm going to throw this in there because it's important knowledge. 14 seconds for single railroad tracks. Know the difference. 215. What is the definition of a hazard? Answer is a road user or road condition that presents a possible danger. 216. To maintain alertness on your trip, you should, answer is, avoid medications that cause drowsiness, schedule your trips for daytime hours, get 8 to 9 hours of sleep beforehand. 217. Where should you place your warning devices if you must stop on a one-way road or divided highway? Answer is 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet toward approaching traffic. So that'll be about 10 feet to the rear, 100 feet to the rear, and 200 feet to the rear, to be exact. (218) Letting the air out of hot tires, answer is a bad idea because when the tire is cooled off, the pressure will be too low. 219. If you are traveling at 55 miles per hour in a 30-foot vehicle, you should leave how many seconds of following distance? Answer is 4 seconds. One good rule says that you need at least 1 second for each 10 feet of vehicle length at speeds below 40 miles per hour. At greater speeds, you must add 1 second for safety. 220. You are checking your tires for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Answer is tires of mismatched sizes should not be used on the same vehicle. 221. To get adequate warning when passing someone, you should, answer is, tap the electrical horn first. I'm going to repeat that again. To give adequate warning when passing someone, you should, Answer is tap the electrical horn first. 222. The purpose of a baffle is to, answer is, control the load surge. 223. Which of these statements about staying alert is true? Answer is, the only thing that can cure fatigue is sleep. 224. Which of these items is checked in a pre-trip inspection? Answer is, whether all the vehicle lights are working and are clean, wiper blades, and cargo securement. All of those are true. 225. Brake fade. Answer is, can be caused by the brakes becoming too hot. 226. Retarders. Answer is, can cause a vehicle to skid when the road is slippery. 227. The first step to take if your vehicle catches fire while driving is, answer is, get the vehicle off the road and stop in the open area. 228. You are driving in the right lane of a full-lane undivided road. You come over a hill and find a car stopped ahead in your lane. You do not have room to stop and the hill blocks your view to the rear. Which of these is most likely the best action to take? Answer is, steer to the right. 229. Which of these tells you that cargo contains hazardous materials? Answer is, the name of the hazard class on the shipping paper, a 4-inch diamond-shaped hazardous material label on the container, hazardous material placards on the vehicle. 230. Medical certificates must be renewed every, answer is, 2 years. 231. Which of these statements about overhead clearance is true? Answer is, a vehicle's clearance can change with the load carried. 232. If you are not stopped at a roadside rest and found to have a BAC or blood alcohol concentration of 0.02, you will, answer is, be placed out of service for 24 hours. 233. You should avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water, but if you must, which of these steps can help you keep your brakes working? Answer is, gently pressing the brake pedal while driving through the water. 234. Which of these describes how you should use the brake pedal on a steep downhill grade? Answer is, release the brake when you are 5 miles per hour below your safety speed, then let your speed come back up to your safe speed and repeat. 235. Which of these statements about backing a heavy vehicle is true? Answer is, backing is always dangerous. You should back and turn toward the driver's side whenever it's possible. You should use a helper and communicate with hand signals. 236. An en route inspection should include checking, answer is, cargo doors and cargo securement, tire temperature and brake temperature. 237. To avoid a crash, you had to drive onto the right shoulder. You are now driving at 40 miles per hour on the shoulder. How should you move back onto the pavement? Answer is, come to a complete stop if possible before starting back onto the pavement. 238. What is the average effective braking distance time? Answer is 216 feet. 239. Overloading can have a bad effect on, answer is, steering, braking, and speed control. 240. Reaction distance is the distance traveled from the time, answer is, the brain tells the foot to push the brake pedal to the time the foot pushes the brake pedal. 241. Control braking, answer is used to keep a vehicle from skidding. 242. Retarders can cause the vehicle to skid when slippery. 243. You are starting your vehicle in motion from a stop as you apply power to driveway wheels. They start to spin. You should, answer is, take your foot off the accelerator. Let me repeat that. You are starting your vehicle in motion from a stop. As you apply power to the drive wheels, they start to spin. You should, answer is, take your foot off the accelerator. 244. Where should your ignition key be during your pre-trip inspection? Answer is, in your pocket. 245. When driving in fog, you should be going, Answer is only fast enough so that you can stop within a distance that you can see ahead. 246. Which of these is a good rule to follow when steering to avoid a crash? Answer is don't turn any more than needed to clear what is in your way. 247. Every time you park your vehicle and shut the engine off, you should, answer is, apply the parking brake. 248. Which item below this almost all or all the emergency equipment that is required on a school bus? Answer is a fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, road flares, fuses, or triangles, emergency kit, and body fluid cleanup kit. 249. 249. To keep, we're going to come back to that one. Let me see. We're going to come back to 249. I'm going to include that in the description. 250. Which of these can help you stay alert while driving? Answer is taking short breaks before you are drowsy. 251. When checking the bus seats, what are you looking for? Answer is to see if they have been removed, to ensure they are securely fastened into the bus, to ensure the seat and back portions are not loose. 252. You are checking your steering and exhaust system for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements are true? Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees can make it harder to steer is the correct answer. 253. If you have a hazardous fire, you should, answer is, call the proper authorities. 254. Blocking your cargo to keep it from sliding must be done. Answer is in the front of the cargo, in the back of the cargo, and the side of the cargo. 255. You should use your mirrors to check. Answer is the condition of the tires and cargo, where the rear wheels of your vehicle are while you make turns, and traffic gaps before you merge. 256. For your safety, when setting out reflective triangles, you should, answer is, hold the triangles between your body and oncoming traffic. 257. What is the average perception distance? Answer is 142 feet. 258. Which of these pieces of emergency equipment should always be carried in your vehicle? Answer is fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses if the vehicle uses them, and warning devices to park your vehicle. 259. Which of these statements about accelerating is true? Answer is improper acceleration can cause mechanical damage. 260. The most important reason for being alert to a hazard is so, answer is, you will have time to plan your escape if the hazard becomes an emergency. 261. Which of these statements about downshifting for a long downhill grade is true? Answer is, it allows engine compression and friction to help the brakes slow the vehicle. 262. Whether you load and secure your cargo yourself, you are responsible for what? Answer is inspecting your cargo, recognizing overloads and poorly balanced weight, knowing your cargo is securely tied down and covered. 263. You are checking your tires for pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Tires of mismatched sizes should not be used on the same vehicle is the right answer. 264. Cargo inspections. Answer is should be performed after every break you take while driving. 265. Which of these will help keep an engine cool in hot weather? Answer is avoiding high-speed driving, making sure the engine has the right amount of oil, properly adjusted V-belts. 266. You must park on the side of a level, straight, two-lane road. Where should you place the 3 reflective triangles? Answer is you should place one within 10 feet of the rear of the vehicle, one about 100 feet to the rear of the vehicle, and one about 100 feet from the front of the vehicle. 267. Hazardous material placards are, answer is, signs on the outside of the vehicle that identify that the hazard class of the cargo. Identifies the specific hazard class of the cargo. It would be located outside of the vehicle. Hazardous material placards. 268. The minimum tire tread depth for the front tires are 4 out of 32 inches. That's your correct answer. 269. Anti-locking brakes will, answer is, keep your wheels from locking when you brake hard. 270. Which of the following statements about retarders are correct? Answer is, retarders help slow a vehicle, reducing the need for braking. You should turn the tire off whenever the road is wet, icy, or snow covered. When your drive wheels have poor traction, the retarder may cause them to skid. 271. You are driving a heavy vehicle and must exit a highway using the off-ramp that curves downhill. You should. Answer is, slow down to a safe speed before taking the curve. 272. According to the driver's manual, why should you limit the use of your horn? Answer is, it can startle other drivers. 273. If you do not have a CB radio, what is the first thing you should do at an accident scene? Answer is, protect the accident scene. 274. The oil pressure gauge should come up to normal within how long after starting the engine? Answer is, seconds. 275. The distance your vehicle travels from the time your eyes see it as it to the time your brain recognizes it is called the blank distance. Answer is, perception distance. The distance your vehicle travels from the time your eyes see it hazard to the time your brain recognizes it as a hazard is perception distance. Let me repeat that one more time. The distance your vehicle travels from the time your eyes see a hazard to the time your brain recognizes it is a hazard is perception distance. 276. Stab braking should not be used on vehicles with, answer is, anti-lock brakes. 277. When should you downshift an automatic transmission? Answer is, when going down grades. 278. What is a pull-up? Answer is, pulling up forward while backing the trailer to reposition it. 279. When must you wear a seatbelt? Answer is, whenever you are driving a commercial vehicle. 280. When you drive in the mountains, you will have to use lower gears. To drive safely down grades, which of these does not affect your choice of gears? Answer is, type of tire thread. 281. What are some violations that could cause your CDL license to be suspended? Answer is, excessive speeding, 15 miles per hour or more above the posted speed limit, and improper lane changes. Also, reckless driving and following a vehicle too closely. 282. There are certain types of vehicle inspections. What are they? Answer is, post-trip, pre-trip, and en route. Those are all three types of vehicle inspections. There's only three. 283. Why should you signal continuously while turning? Answer is, it is usually illegal to turn off your signal before starting a turn. You need both hands on the steering wheel to turn safely. 284. You are driving on a 2-lane road. An oncoming vehicle just turned into your lane and is headed straight for you. Which of the following should you do? Answer is, steer to the right. 285. Which of these statements is true about causes of vehicle fires? Answer is, poor trailer ventilation can cause flammable cargo to catch fire. 286. What three things related to cargo are driver's responsibility? Answer is, inspecting the cargo, recognizing overloads, and properly securing the cargo. 287. What is your most valuable way to see your sides and rear while driving? Answer is check your mirrors regularly. 288. When checking lights, you should. Answer is turn off the engine and take the keys with you. Turn on the headlights and four-way flashes. 289. On a two-lane road, if you must stop on the hill, how far back should you place the reflective triangles? Answer is within 500 feet behind the vehicle. 290. Name some things that you should check on the front of your vehicle during your pre-trip inspection. Answer is low beams, high beams, four-way flashes, and turn signals. 291. A vehicle was loaded with most of the weight on the steering axle. What may this result be? Answer is hard steering and possible damage to the tires. 292. Which of the following best describes how sleep debt can be paid off? Answer is it can only be paid off by sleeping. 293. How can you avoid wet brake problems? Answer is slow down, shift to a lower gear, and gently apply the brakes. 294. You are starting to drive down a steep downgrade. Which of the following should influence your choice of speed? Answer is the road conditions, the total weight of your vehicle and its cargo, the steepness of the grade. 295. Always try to back towards the driver's side because answer is you can see better watching the vehicle's rear from the side window. 296. On which of the following types of fires should you not use a BC fire extinguisher? Answer is wood. The BC type fire extinguisher is designed to work on electrical fires and burning liquids, not on wood. 297. You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement on your commercial driver license. You are asked to haul hazardous materials in a vehicle with placards. You should. Answer is refuse to haul the load. 298. You are testing the stop and action of a service brake on a hydraulic system. Which of these can mean there is a problem? Answer is the vehicle pulls to one side when the brake pedal is pressed, stop and action is delayed, and the brake pedal feels unusual. 299. The center of gravity of a load, answer is, can make a vehicle more likely to tip over on curves. 300. As a part of your pre-trip inspection, you must, answer is, check for overloads, check for poorly balanced weight, and check if the cargo is secured. 301. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? Answer is, you can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. 302. Gross combination weight rating, or GCWR, means the following. Answer is the total weight of a power unit plus the cargo. 303. Which of these statements about managing space is true? Answer is when the road is slippery, you should keep more space in front of your vehicle. 304. The road you are driving on becomes very slippery due to glare ice. Which of these is a good thing to do in such a situation? Answer is stop driving and park if it is safe to do so. 305. Which of these statements about downshifting is true? When you downshift for a curve, you should do so before you enter the curve. That is the true statement. 306. If a straight vehicle goes into a front wheel skid, it will. Answer is go straight ahead even if the steering wheel is turned. 307. Which of these statements about cold weather is driving is true? Answer is windshield washer antifreeze should be added to the washer reservoir. 308. Retarders are used by, answer is exhaust, electrical, hydraulics, and engine. 309. You must drive on a slippery road. Which of these is a good thing to do in the situation? Answer is slow down gradually. 310. Which of these is a sign of tire failure? Answer is steering that feels heavy, a loud bang, and vibration. 311. Which of these statements about marking the vehicle is true? Answer is if a hill or curve keeps drivers behind you from seeing the vehicle within 500 feet, the rear reflective triangle should be moved back down the road to give adequate warning. 312. Which of these is a good driving rule for work zones? Answer is drive slowly, turn on your flashes or hazards, use your brake lights to warn drivers behind you. 313. To transport cargo safely, which of the following are you not responsible for? Answer is ensuring the freshness of sealed cargo. You cannot inspect sealed loads, so ensuring the freshness is something that you are just not responsible for, never will be. 314. Which of the following commercial vehicles are most likely to get stuck at a raised railroad crossing? Answer is moving van, lowboy, or car courier. 315. All of the following behaviors are signs of aggressive driving except, answer is frequent changes of speed. 316. Which of these statements about escape ramps is true? Answer is they are used to stop vehicles that lose their brakes on downhill grades. They are designed to prevent injury to drivers and passengers. They protect equipment and cargo from severe damage. All of those answers are true. 317. How often must you stop to check your cargo while on the road? Answer is every 3 hours or 150 miles within the first 50 miles after each break you take. All of those answers are true. 318. Bridge formulas permit, answer is less maximum weight for axles that are closer together. 319. As your blood alcohol concentration rises, what happens? Answer is judgment and self-control are affected. 320. Which of these statements about cargo loading is true? Answer is state laws dictate legal weight limits. 321. Which is the most important thing to remember about emergency braking? Answer is if the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle. 322. What are the regulations on the height of splash guards? Answer is it depends on the state. 323. The tendency for large commercial vehicles to swing wide on turns is called, answer is off tracking. 324. What is hydroplaning? Answer is when the tires skim over the road surface. 325. When driving a commercial vehicle with a height of over 13 feet, you should, answer is stop and make sure if you aren't certain that the clearance is high enough. 326. Your blood alcohol concentration depends on, answer is your body weight. 327. The purpose of retarders is to, answer is help slow the vehicle while driving and reduce brake wear. 328. Which of the following provide extra gears on some trucks? Answer is multi-speed rear axles and auxiliary transmissions. 329. Which of these is not a part of the engine compartment pre-trip inspection? Answer is valve clearance. That is not a part of the engine compartment pre-trip inspection. 330. Which of these statements about drinking alcohol is true? Alcohol first affects judgment and self-control, which are essential for safe driving. Statistics show that drivers who have been drinking have a much greater chance of being in a crash. A driver can lose his or her license for driving while under the influence of alcohol. All three of those statements are true. 331. How do you test hydraulic brakes for leaks? Answer is with the vehicle stopped, pump the pedal 3 times, apply firm pressure for 5 seconds to hold and see if the pedal moves. 332. You are checking your brakes and suspension system for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Answer is brake shoes should not be worn dangerously thin. Brake pads should not have brake fluid on them. One missing leaf spring in the leaf spring can be dangerous. All of those statements are true. 333. Which of the following is most likely to cause a vehicle fire? Answer is short circuits and loose connections. 334. If the vehicle in front of you is smaller than yours, it can probably, answer is, stop faster than you. 335. How far ahead should you look while driving in town? Answer is 1 block. 336. Name 2 causes of vehicle fires. Answer is underinflated tires and duals that touch. 337. When should you review the post-trip inspection report from the previous driver? Answer is you should review it during your pre-trip inspection. 338. Which of these statements about speed management is true? Answer is you should choose a speed that allows you to stop within a distance that you can see ahead. 339. While driving, you see a small square cardboard box ahead in your lane. What should you do? Answer is stay around it when it is safe to do so. 340. Which of the following 2 situations should you downshift? Answer is starting down the hill and entering a curve. 341. Axle weight means the following. Answer is the weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. 342. Which of these can cause a vehicle to skid? Answer is turning too sharply, not enough weight on the front axle, and over acceleration. 343. When looking ahead of your vehicle while driving, you should look. Answer is back and forth, near and far. 344. Which of these statements about engine overheating is true? Answer is you should never remove the radiator cap on a pressurized system. 345. Escape ramps are, answer is, used to stop runaway vehicles. 346. The braking effect of the engine is great as when the engine is blank, the governor, RPM, and the transmission is in the blank gears. Answer is near and lower. So let me insert those now so that it all makes sense. The braking effect of the engine is great as when the engine is near the governor, RPM, and the transmission is in the lower gears. 347. Which of the following materials can be used in a Class ABC fire extinguisher to put out fires? Answer is dry chemical. An ABC fire extinguisher is a multi-purpose extinguisher and usually uses dry chemicals. 348. You are checking your brakes and suspension system for a pre-trip inspection. What are you looking for? Answer is brake shoes must not be worn and dangerously thin, missing or broken. Brake pads should not have oil or grease or brake fluid on them. 349. How does the height of a vehicle sense of gravity affect the safe handling? Answer is trucks with a high sense of gravity can roll over at the posted speed limit for a curve. These vehicles are more top heavy and easy to roll over. 350. Rain should reduce your speed by, answer is 1/3. I threw this one in there. Snow should reduce your speed by 1/2. Know the difference between the two. 1/3 for rain, 1/2 for snow. 351. Gross vehicle weight rating or GVWR means the following. Answer is total weight of a single vehicle plus its load. 352. Which of these statements about tires and hot weather driving is true? Answer is you should inspect your tires more often because they are more likely to fail. 353. Which of these statements about backing in a heavy vehicle is true? Answer is you should avoid backing whenever you can. 354. Tank vehicles are used to carry any liquid and are dangerous to drive because, answer is, they have a center of gravity and a danger of the load surge. So I'm going to repeat that again. 354. Tank vehicles are used to carry any liquid and are dangerous to drive because high center of gravity and danger of the load surge. 355. How often should you check your mirrors? Answer is every 8 to 10 seconds. 356. How can you determine if your vehicle is equipped with anti-lock braking system? Answer is check if your vehicle is manufactured after March 1st, 1998. Such a vehicle is required to have the panel. Check for the yellow ABS malfunctioning lamp on the instrument panel. Look for wheel speed sensors that are coming out of the rear of your brakes. 357. If a straight vehicle, no trailer or articulation, goes into a front wheel skid, it will, answer is, go straight ahead even if the steering wheel is turned. 358. When driving at night, use your low beams when the oncoming vehicle is within, answer is, 500 feet. Dim your lights within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle and when following another vehicle within 500 feet. 359. What are some things to do in an accident to prevent another accident from occurring? Answer is, try to get your vehicle to the side of the road. If you're stopped trying to help, park away from the accident. 360. Why should you be in the proper gear before starting down the hill? Answer is, you will not be able to shift into a lower gear once you are going down the hill. 361. When driving through roadway work zones, you should, answer is, watch for sharp pavement drop-offs. 362. To prevent skidding, you should, answer is, adjust the conditions while driving. 363. A car suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. What should you do? What should you not do? My apologies. A car suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. What should you not do? Answer is, do not honk and stay close behind this car. 364. A key principle to remember about loading cargo is to keep the load, answer is, balanced in the cargo area. 365. What can you do in an accident stand to help avoid another accident? Answer is, set out devices to keep other vehicles from running into the accident scene. 366. As the blood alcohol concentration goes up, what will happen? Answer is, the person becomes more dangerous if allowed to drive. 367. When does hydroplaning occur? Answer is, it's more likely if tire pressure is low, also if the tread is worn. The grooves in the tires carry away the water, and if they aren't grooved correctly, they won't work at all. 368. The height of the vehicle center of gravity is very important for safe handling. A higher center of gravity means you are more likely to do the following. Answer is, tip over. So the higher center of gravity, the vehicle, the more likely you are to tip over. 369. Which of these statements about vehicle fires is true? Answer is, a burning tire must be cooled. 370. Cargo should have at least one tie down for each. Answer is 10 feet of cargo. 371. During a pre-trip inspection, you discovered an exhaust leak or power steering leak. You should, answer is, report the problem and arrange another vehicle to use. 372. Cargo that is not loaded or secured probably can cause as many problems. Which of these statements is true? Answer is, overloading damages to the vehicle. Other highway users can hit or be hit by loose cargo. Loose cargo can cause injury to the driver, passengers during a quick stop or crash. 373. You are driving a vehicle that could be safely driven at 55 miles per hour on an open road. Traffic is now heavy and moving at 35 miles per hour, although the speed limit is 55. The safest speed for your vehicle in this situation is most likely 35 miles per hour. So my explanation is, although the speed limit permits that you can safely go 55, if everybody around you is going 35, make sure you slow down to whatever speed limit everyone is going around you. That's the safest option. 374. Name 2 situations in which the legal maximum weights may not be safe to haul. Answer is, during bad weather and in the mountains. 375. What things should you check during the pre-trip? Answer is what gauges and mirrors and use your senses to check for problems. Look, listen, and smell. 376. It is important to shift gears correctly to keep, answer is, control of the vehicle. 377. If you feel drowsy while driving, what should you do? Answer is, pull off the road and get some sleep. 378. When the engine is at operating RPMs, the blank pressure is built up to 80 to 100 psi within 45 seconds in a dual system. That answer is air pressure. So when the engine is at operating RPMs, the air pressure is built up from 80 to 100 psi within 45 seconds in a dual system. 379. You are driving a 40-foot vehicle at 35 miles per hour. Driving conditions are ideal. What is the amount of space that you should keep in front of your vehicle to be safe? Answer is 4 seconds. One good rule says you need at least 1 second for each 10 feet of vehicle left at a speed below 40 miles per hour. At greater speeds, you must add 1 second for safety. 380. Which of the following statements about tank vehicles is true? Answer is special skills are required to haul liquid tanks. 381. Which fires can you use water to put out? Answer is tire fires. Water can be used on wood, paper, or cloth as well. Don't use water on electrical fires or gasoline fires. 382. Which of these is not caused by rough acceleration? Answer is tire damage. Rough acceleration could cause mechanical damage, not tire damage. When pulling a trailer, rough acceleration could damage the coupling as well. 383. Cargo inspections. Answer is should be performed after every break you take while driving. 384. Which of the following should you not do in the event of a hydraulic brake failure? Answer is do not shift up. You can instead downshift, pump the brakes, use the parking brake, and find an escape route. 385. Which of these statements about driving areas with strong winds is true? Answer is winds are especially a problem when coming out of tunnels. 386. You are driving on a straight level highway at 50 miles per hour. There are no vehicles in front of you, and suddenly a tire blows out on your vehicle. What should you do first? Answer is stay off the brake until your vehicle slows down on its own. 387. What is the IPDE method of driving? Answer is identify, predict, decide, and execute. 388. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? Answer is you can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. 389. Which of these statements about backing a heavy vehicle is true? Answer is backing is always dangerous. You should back and turn towards the driver's side whenever it is possible. You should use a helper and communicate with hand signals. All of these are true. 390. As blood alcohol concentration goes up, what will happen? Answer is the person becomes more dangerous if allowed to drive. 391. You must drive on a slippery road. Which of these is a good thing to do in such a situation? Answer is slow down gradually. 392. Medical certificates must be renewed every, answer is 2 years. You have some that last for 1 year, but they can never go over 2 years. 393. Inspect your cargo after you have driven. Answer is 50 miles. 394. You are driving in the right lane of a full lane undivided road. When you come up a hill and find a car stopped in your lane, you do not have room to stop and the hill blocks your view to the rear. Which of these is the most likely best action to take? Answer is steer to the right. If you ever have a hazard and your only option is to avoid that hazard, your safest option would be to steer to the right to avoid a head-on collision. 395. The first step to take if your vehicle catches fire while driving is, answer is, get the vehicle off the road and stop in the open area. 396. Which of these is a good route to follow when steering? Just reword that. 396. Which of these is a good rule to follow when steering to avoid a crash? Answer is, don't turn any more than is needed to clear what is in your way. 397. You have left the road in an emergency condition. It is impossible for you to come to a stop prior to returning to the road. Which of the following is the best action to take? Answer is, reduce your speed to 20 miles per hour or less before returning to the road. 398. Where should your ignition key be during your pre-trip inspection? Answer is, in your pocket. 399. Truck escape ramps, answer is, are designed to protect vehicles from damage. 400. You are starting your vehicle in motion from a stop. As you apply power to the drive wheels, they start to spin. You should, answer is, take your foot off the accelerator.